Okay, we're gonna be muraling today, so let's go mural. Okay, I'm so excited to finish my mural. I'm almost done. I just have like this section of the wall to do. We're gonna be adding a treasure chest. Yeah, I'm so excited for you guys to see it. I'm gonna be video calling my friend while I'm painting, so I'll probably do a voiceover explaining exactly what this process has been like and maybe a little Q&A and stuff. So I really hope you guys enjoy. I've put a lot of love and work into this and I can't wait to finish it. Hopefully today. Maybe not today, but a good majority of it. So let's go. Okay, so I'm just going to talk about the materials that I have gathered and that I found were super useful to me. There will be a list in the description, and yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. I already had an iPad with Procreate and an Apple Pencil that I could already use, which was awesome. I did all of my concept sketches that you'll be seeing using Procreate on my iPad, and then the next thing I grabbed was a projector. And I'm not actually gonna link mine because you could probably find a better one with a bigger screen. Mine's pretty small, so I can only do a small section of the wall, which was perfect for this project. But in the future, if I'm doing like very symmetrical, really large designs, I would definitely want to get a better and bigger projector. I think my main advice for picking out a projector is just making sure that it's compatible with whatever you're using. For me, I just had to make sure it was compatible with my iPad. I believe my projector has its own Wi-Fi, and then I can just connect to the Wi-Fi on my iPad and then select screen mirror, and then it'll just cast my screen onto the wall, which is great. I can just pull up Procreate, have my stencil there, and be ready to go. Okay, so next, obviously, you'll need paint of some kind. I personally used acrylic paint for this project because it was indoors and I was kind of treating the wall as like a giant canvas, so I was painting it in the style that I would acrylic paint. If you're not going to use acrylic, you can use wall paint. If you're working outside, definitely use like outdoor wall paint. Yeah, just add paint to your list, whatever kind of paint you want. I'm still new at this, so I'm still deciding which paint would be better, and I'm kind of like experimenting, but you can add paint of some kind to your list. You're obviously going to need some tools to allow yourself to get the paint onto the wall, so things like paintbrushes, stir sticks, palette knives, a palette, trays, primer. I used primer to prime the wall, sealant if you want to seal your masterpiece afterwards. I don't know what it's called, like a paintbrush holder, I guess. I had this little bucket, and along the outside you can put your paintbrushes upright in it, and in the middle it's like water, so you can set them in there. I don't know, paintbrush holder, bucket? If you know what that's called, if it has a name, let me know. Rollers? Did I already say rollers? Yeah, I think that's good. Some other extras that seem kind of obvious but are so easy to forget are just things like painter's tape, a pencil, an eraser, a putty knife, spackle in case you have to patch any walls, sandpaper, an apron if you're a really messy person like I am, cloths, multiple ones, some for like washing the wall before you start, some for your paintbrushes, some for your hands, a drop sheet. You also have to take into account how big the wall is, how high it is. Are you going to need a ladder? Is scaffolding a bit better in the situation, or can you get away with just like a step stool? Maybe you might not need any of that. If you get really serious about muraling, maybe you might want to think about having some sort of case for everything. I'm currently just using a small toolbox and a tote bag, so that's all I had. And it works. It's really chaotic though. I think having something more sectioned off with different compartments would be great, and having it able to roll like some sort of rolling suitcase. I think the dream on my list is getting a Pelican air case, and that way if I need to take anything on the airplane, I'm actually not sure how it works. It's like air sealed, I guess. So if you need to take like tattoo inks or paint on the plane, you can, and it won't explode on you, which is great. And it's super heavy duty, just amazing quality. It is a bit pricier. That's just why I haven't bought it yet, but it's definitely on my list and I recommend it, and I will link it below for you. I may have forgotten some things, but hopefully that gives you a good starting point and you can kind of customize that list, add some things, take away some things, and yeah, okay, we're gonna just jump right into the next thing. I would like to talk about business things. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the business things. What I will do is explain a little bit, and I'll also link below some really great resources from Pander Designs Co. I've been following her on Instagram. She does amazing mural work, and she has some free resources as well as some paid ones. And she has so many years of amazing experience within the industry. So this is my first mural, so she obviously knows way more than me. But I think the most important things are making sure that you have a contract. Do not start any work without a contract. Have your client and yourself go over it together, and then they sign it, and then you can start muraling. You're also going to want to have commercial liability insurance. This just covers you, say if you're, I don't know, on a ladder and you drop a bucket of paint and it lands on your client's brand new desk and shatters their MacBook Pro, and I don't know, just something like that. Knowing that you have insurance to cover anything that could happen and potentially damage the area that you're working in. It's just great peace of mind. Hopefully you won't have to use it, but it is there if you need it. And the last order of business is pricing. There will also be a free price guide that you can download from Pander Designs Co., which will be linked down below. Highly recommend it. There's so many ways that you could price your murals. This first one I'm doing hourly, which I actually have learned I don't like. Some artists charge per square foot. For me, that's just too much effort to measure a wall. I think what I would like to do is just charge per project, take into account the materials, how much time I think it would be. Is it outside? Do I have to work with texture on bricks, or is it flat? Is it inside? You know, am I doing a simple color block pattern, or am I doing something like this mural where it's more of like a painting and it takes a lot longer? Those are all things that you have to account for. So I think I would just have a set price. Say a mural's like $5,000, and then I would have my client pay 50% upfront and 50% upon completion. And lastly, I think I'd just like to yap a little bit about how I actually came to getting this project, and just thoughts, and yeah, just a bit of a story time. I also would love to do a Q&A, but I'm thinking of making that a separate video just so I can deep dive into the questions and really take my time and give you good answers. So I think that'll be next week's video, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, okay, story time. So muraling was actually never something I had planned on doing or had even considered or thought I was capable of doing. It was actually one of my tattoo clients who one day had asked me like, oh, like, would you ever be interested in painting a mural? And at first I thought she was gonna like ask me advice for her kid, because she had mentioned in a previous tattoo session that her kid was working on a mural at school. So I was so ready to just like help out and give her advice for her kid who's like working on a school mural. And then she's like, no, like I would like you to paint a mural for my business. And I don't think I gave it much thought immediately. I was just like, yes, please. And I felt like I didn't need to give it a lot of thought because I had been saying for such a long time since I've gotten into tattooing, like, man, I really miss painting because tattooing, you know, it's kind of like all consuming. You don't really have time to explore other mediums as much as you once did. So any opportunity where I could jump back into painting again is just something that I would be so excited about. So I told her yes. I told her I would definitely need to do some research. And yeah, we came up with a plan. My client owns a daycare in town, and so we wanted to make it something that was really, really fun for the kids. My client had such a cute idea of having things for the kids to find within the mural. So that's the purpose of the treasure chest. It's going to be open and there's going to be a scroll in there, and it kind of has a list of everything for the kids to find. So there's, I think, 5 frogs. That's a bit easier. And then I did some harder things like a whole bunch of tiny shark teeth. There's probably like 20. I was writing them down. I think I forgot to keep writing them down. So I'm gonna have to make sure I really count and make sure that there's the proper amount on the list, because maybe like I won't even be able to find them. But there's some tiny shark teeth. They can count all the shells and a few other things, but I think that idea is so cute. I'm just so grateful that my client trusted me with this and just kind of let me do my thing. Like, she's super chill and trusting, and it's been awesome. I just get to come in when I can and work on it, and honestly, my introvert heart just loves working on it. I can like video call a friend or just listen to music or a podcast and work away. So it's been amazing. It's been really healing. I've really missed painting so much. It's great to get back into it. And yeah, I'm just so happy that I've taken a lot of videos and pictures, and now I'm doing YouTube, so I get to like document this whole experience. And you know, maybe if I one day in the future have like 10, 20, 30 murals that I've done, I can look back and be like, this was my very first one, and that just feels so special. So thank you for hanging out and spending this time with me, and I'm hoping that next week I can get the Q&A out to you, and in the meantime I'll have a little poll, or I guess not a poll, like a comment thread in the community tab. If you have any questions, you can write them there or DM them to me on Instagram, or I will probably do another story post asking for your questions. I already have some saved from last time I did a story poll and asked for questions, so you can look forward to that. I also have another mural lined up for a local brewery in town this summer. Super excited about that, and I will definitely be recording that whole process for you so you get to see. And I guess I don't really like introduce myself in the start of my videos as well, but if you're new here, I'm a tattoo artist, but I also like to share my journey, just doing artsy things. I also love reading and traveling, and I hope that I can share those parts of myself with you as well, and not just tattoos or art, just all of the things that I want to capture. And all my links are down below, and resources will be down below. And thank you so much for being here. And I'll show you, I guess, the end look of everything, how it all turned out, and then I'll see you in the next one. I upload every Sunday at 12 p.m. PST, and I upload as a premiere so that you guys can hang out in the like live chat as my video premieres. And if I'm free, I'll be there too. I might be in hot yoga dying a little bit. But if I'm not in hot yoga, I'll be there. Okay, thank you so much, and see you later. Bye. Happy Sunday.